Welcome back, guys, to another episode. Thank you for tuning in again. So, basically, what I've done today, me and my friend went gym at like 5 a.m., which was good because now I can actually spend a little bit of time in the evening trying to do my own thing instead of trying to go to like the gym. Also, I've literally just gone to the bike shop, get my bike fixed again, which is probably going to cost me another 35 quid, but we move. So basically, what I'm going to do today is just edit, and I'm trying to read my book as well. So my book's like nearly finished. I've been reading it like 2 hours today. Um, I'm literally like 20 pages away, so I really want to finish that. Then edit for a little bit. Then I think I'll start my new book today, and then I need to figure out what book I'm going to read next. I do want to keep it like business, sales, self development, that kind of genre. So I'll just see what really happens then. But I feel quite good. I'm not at work today. Got a day off. Back in tomorrow. Back into the shit. But I need to try and make some sort of money outside of work. Either that just being through Forbidden Sound or trying to actually get a record label going. I need to start actually making the money now. Because what I'm at this for like, I don't know, a good couple of weeks now. Probably like 10 weeks. Because obviously a couple of my first videos, they didn't actually, some of them recorded in the same week, where now it's all like weekly. And I haven't actually made money outside. I've actually probably lost even more money. So now I actually really need to start actually trying to make some money. I need to study as well. Don't know what I need to do because there's multiple things now where I feel like I actually need to learn. So I probably need to learn like some sort of graphic designing, which is going to be fun. I don't know any of that sort of stuff. Editing, I need to do better. How to actually make better videos for you guys. Business, there's a lot that I need to learn, but it's the journey at the end of the day. It's the journey that I agreed to, and just hopefully, yeah, we can just get the ball start rolling. I think the first plan is trying to actually, I don't know, make some sort of sale this month. Either that just be a friend bio top or just something that can actually just reignite me to get a little bit excited again. Because even though that, I'm not saying that I'm not excited to try on this journey. I just, I don't know, I just need a sale. And it sounds so bad being a salesman saying that, but I just need a sale. And then I know, oh shit, Cameron, your dream is back on. Because while I was reading this book, What's Your Dream, it is a pretty good book. I don't know how to explain it really. I always feel like, well, I was just thinking about it. If you don't have a dream or you don't know what you want to do in your life, then I would recommend this book because it does actually help you a lot. But it is a little bit expensive for a book. I think it's like 15 quid. But if you got the money and if you don't really want to live like the typical 9 to 5 life, buy a house, and you actually want to chase your own dreams and I don't know, maybe create a business or be wealthy or I don't know, if you want to live on a boat in the middle of like nowhere, just anything that your dream is, I would definitely recommend that book. I'd probably say it's better than The Psychology of Money. Even though Psychology of Money is still a good book, I'll probably say this book's maybe like an 8 out of 10, but I still need to finish it and then go on to my new book. But yeah, pretty much. You might not even see me for the rest of the day, not gonna lie, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. I have just had a complete reality check of everything that I've done so far in this series. I basically been doing it all wrong. I've basically been doing it all wrong. So let me just start where it came from. So I was on a call with my girlfriend and I said, cool, I need to go and study um, today because in my journaling, I also put that as if I study or haven't studied or like learned, whatever you want to call it, I call it studying just to make it easy for me. So I was like, cool, I'm going to go at 6 o'clock study. Then I was like, you know what? I'll finish my book, but I want to have like an array of books I want to read, do with like money, businesses, self development, all that shebang, right? And then it gave me a list of like a few books that I knew, some books that I didn't. And then I was like, well, I can read 2 books a month. Give me 24 books, the ones that I should read, like to become successful, whatever I want to do. It gave them to me. And then the order that it gave me. And I was like, does the order really matter? And it went, yes, 100% it matters because if you go straight into the business but you don't have the right concept about money or discipline or habits, then you could be overwhelmed, you could be given the wrong decisions because of your habits or your mind, everything like that. So I went, oh shit. So luckily I read Psychology of Money, which technically would have been next, well, after the 2 books that I've just ordered, well, I've actually ordered 4 books. What's your dream kind of ties in with your purpose, your mindset, but I've now decided to go over habits. So I'm kind of going to take a step backwards to hopefully take a few steps forwards. But also, what I'm doing because of my studying, I'm just watching videos. So I just watched one from James Clear. So I think he's the guy that wrote Atomic Habits. If anyone's ever watched it, it's basically like improving just like 1% each day. Fuck me. It was only 8 minutes long, but wow, I learned a lot. And it just made me realize a lot more that I basically have been doing this whole thing wrong so far. But I'm glad that I realized it now, and hopefully in the long run that it will be better. I kind of just touched on what he wanted to go through just to give you guys some understanding of what I went through. I'm not going to go in depth, just give you like the key subjects. If you get better 1% each day, by the end of the year, you improve yourself by 37%. There's 4 stages of improving, which is noticing, wanting, doing, and liking. Noticing, which is basically just realizing that in 6 months, everything that you want to achieve, if it failed, create a story and then explain why it didn't happen. I basically just said in mine, I didn't have enough storage. So on my phone, so that's why it keeps cutting out. Reason the story that I made up is I didn't have enough discipline. The content that I made wasn't good enough, and also the actual content I didn't do enough. And then I was lazy. So, and then basically you just make a plan on how to not become, how that doesn't actually happen. The next one was wanting, be the advocate of your own environment. Doesn't matter if you're in a bad environment, a good environment, you can put stuff in places, even if it is a bad environment. So the one thing that he mentioned was if you wanted to read, make your bed in the morning and then leave your book on your pillow. So the first thing that you do when you come back is pick up your book and you have to read it. Optimize for the starting line, not the finish line. This was quite a good one. It basically just feels like, so everyone always thinks about like how many subscribers you get, what's like losing weight. You always have the end goal, but it basically just said don't focus on them, just focus on all the correct stuff at the start because in the end, the results will come. And then liking was instead of doing like having your long term goals, make sure that you have short term little wins. And a good one that you mentioned was like a tracker or like a streak, which I started doing in my journal before even this. So that was a good thing. And he basically said it doesn't matter what it actually is, as long as you just prioritize trying to get to a certain number. So, for example, mine's out of 14. So, if I can do like 10 to 14 every single day, well, really, I should be doing 14 every single day. Then he said, as soon as you get that, don't stop. He said, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to the max, but once you actually get there, just don't stop. Breaking the streak will destroy everything. Well, your habits can change your life as well. So, yeah, that's what I picked up at the moment so far. I've ordered 3 new books. I think one was Atomic Habits. One of them is Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I've listened to an audiobook, but now I'm actually going to be reading it. 7 Habits of Effective People. I think it's something like that. And then E Myth Revisited, which is about business. But the other two, well, the habits one is like Atomic Habits, so those two are coming. And then it should be Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then it would be E Myths Revisited, because Rich Dad Poor Dad would be the same as Psychology of Money, but I've already read that and I'm not reading it again. But yeah, I thought I'd just give you guys an update on that. If you guys have thought about doing it, go ahead and try it. Work on your habits first and then work on your goals. And also during financial problems like me, sort out your finances and then work on them. It's another day, and basically what I've been doing is basically the same thing as what I did yesterday, going through more habits, time management, um, procrastination, fear settings. Literally, all that's what I've been doing for like the last like 2.5 hours. And I think I'm just going to do that for like the next month, really. Try and make sure that I get the actual fundamentals of actually my life together and trying to create all the good habits. And then we can go on and try and make like the big decisions with like business, YouTube, everything like that. So at the moment, that's what I'm just going to be doing. And then on Thursday, I get my habits books, which I'm going to be reading. getting a little bit excited for it because I can't actually read my other book because of the structure of basically how I want to do it. And also, I do prefer actually going gym in the morning because I have all this time to actually just working. Because if I went gym, I think I would have just got back by now, where I've just done like 2.5 hours worth of studying, really. So yeah, it's good that I'm going gym in the morning. Obviously, I'm a lot more tired, back at work now, but yeah, I feel like slowly I'm getting on the right track. So hopefully, maybe by the end of the month, I can go back and reflect, see if I actually have been changed my habits, which I have been a little bit, but I just need to stay consistent. That's the main thing. And then yeah, we'll just go on from there. Right, guys. So it is Sunday. So basically all week I've just been studying. Let me just show you quickly. I've done so much shit. I don't really want to rip the paper. Right, you get the gist of just habits, routine, mindset, discipline, motivation. That's all I've basically been doing. I've been reading as well, which is Atomic Habits, which is actually a pretty good book. I'm about a quarter of the way there. If I'm going to be honest, if you guys aren't probably living the life that you want to live, I would recommend just watching videos about habits, and you just realize that the smallest things can actually make a massive difference. And it sounds so stupid when you actually think of it, when you actually deep it, it's not that big of a deal, but it actually is. Even when I started journaling, I did it before I even looked into the habits. So I basically just do what I want to do in the day, what kind of like means the most to me that I definitely want to do at the moment, which is like 14 things. And then I basically just tick off if I've done them or if I've not done them. And oh my god, the consistency out of 14 is, well, first I've never even hit 14, which is shit. But then it'll be like 9, then it'll drop to 6, then it's 7, then it's 8, then it's like 3, and it's like, yeah, it's not the best. But hopefully we can get there. But there's a few people that I've been watching. So the first one is James Clear, who does Atomic Habits, the book. He doesn't actually have that much on YouTube, so it was quite difficult to actually find stuff to watch about him. The next person I watched was Ali Abdel. Abdel, I think his name is. I'll put a link at the description at the bottom. I'll put all their channels at the bottom. He was probably the one that I liked the most, the one that I could probably like resonate with the most. He was very good for like productivity and also habits as well. I liked him a lot. Jordan Peterson, I watched after that. Didn't really resonate with the way that he spoke, but I liked some of the stuff that you mentioned, but overall wasn't the one that I was connecting with the most. Mel Robbins, I thought she was really good. I did really like her. I like her older stuff more than her newer stuff. Hers was more how you should think about life, as in like a going on like a road trip. I thought that was pretty cool. Then I watched Jocko, I think his name is. He's quite like a militant guy. Didn't really resonate with him. He says some like cool things, but he was just like your typical just man up sort of thing. And then the last one was a little bit of like David Goggins, um, to do with like the mindset and all that. But overall, they're all good in their own way. Some people you're just going to resonate with, and some people that you just generally aren't. I'm not saying that the ones that I didn't resonate with are not good. I still learned and wrote down so much shit from all of them, and I would recommend you guys do the same. Maybe you don't have to do what I'm exactly doing. I could go over a whole video about what I've actually learned with habits, um, which I might do because I thought it was quite cool. But yeah, so I kind of just wanted to go over the total income of last month and then the expenditure and how much I came out on top. So my total income for last month was £1,874.17. Total expenses without business was £1,446.13. Forbidden sound outcomes, because I had some of that, was £349.18. And then also I put £307 in investing. So the outcome overall was, because I count as investing as an outcome, because I could potentially lose all. And yeah, I just feel like, I don't know why I do it that way. I just feel like it was better that way. So the outcome, I came out on top, £78.86. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. The only income I got was from a job, which was £413.85. The expenditure, I put
£145.65 into my credit card. Amazon, I bought new books, so that was £34.38. And then today I bought some new like gym shoes, running shoes from Sports Direct, which was £42.99. So my total outgoings was £223.02. And then I put £50 in investing. I've also saved up some money because I'm now talking to my accountant, and that's quite a lot of money in one go. So that's why my expenditure seems a little bit low. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I got for that. And then 5 things that went well. I learned a lot about habits and routines, which was cool. Felt like that it was almost a step back that I needed. You can't always just keep going forward and forward, forward. Sometimes you do need to just stop, reflect, see where you're at, and then move forward. I started a new weekly post on Forbidden Sound. Try and get the community engaging on there because a lot of people support, a lot of people like, some people comment, but I'm trying to get more of a community thing. Basically, we're just ranking, we're not ranking, we're just like promoting 4 songs that I feel like, or me and the boys are enjoying for that week, and then hopefully people will actually start coming well with different songs. It's also another way to try and get producers. So when I get my record label, if I'm getting these producers that are sending us their songs and they want to get a bit more publicized, hopefully in the future, some of them might be able, we could maybe be able to work a deal out or something like that. Self-reflection, felt like I learned a lot about myself and where I can improve my life. Definitely with the habits and the routines. Some habits are good and some habits are bad. I learned a lot about cues and triggers and rewards. Yeah, it was just really cool to learn all that sort of stuff. A little bit like psychology, which was something that I did at uni a little bit through marketing. So it kind of like reminded me of that a little bit. Got a new book. Well, 4 new books actually, which I'm quite happy about. I'm not really going to have to buy any new books in the near future, which is cool. And my bike now fully works, so I'm happy. So we're cracking on, going to gym in the morning now. 5 things that didn't go well. So if I'm going to be honest, I didn't actually have the worst week this week. It was actually quite a good week, so I actually struggled to find 5 things that didn't go well. Haven't recorded much, which is completely fine because I knew that I was studying. You guys don't really want to watch that. Didn't go to the gym as much because I think I went Monday and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just never went. So yeah, I went back Friday and then Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so when I've been journaling, I've noticed that I'm not consistent with my habits, which is, yeah, but it's something that we're going to be working on, so it's not that bad. Didn't make much content, studying, and then I had zero income from any other work. So yeah, that's pretty much it, where my life is at the moment. I think next week, don't know, I haven't really thought about next week. I think it's mainly just going to be working on my habits, trying to get new habits, try and get discipline, try and get a routine, and then yeah, hopefully we can move on from there. And then hopefully by the end of this month, we can move on to some sort of business, try and make some money, because that's the whole goal at the end of the day. Is not to keep staying at my job, is try and make money elsewhere, and then do whatever I want with it. Well, no, but you know what I mean. But yeah, thank you again for watching the video. If you want to like and subscribe, much appreciated. And also, if you want to look into your habits or whoever you might want to watch, I'll put those people that I watched in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.